Once upon a time, there was a king who loved his daughter dearly. She was young and of marriageable age. The king firmly believed that inner qualities were far more important than outer beauty. He wanted his daughter to marry a man of good character, not just someone who was handsome. To find the right match for her, he arranged a grand feast in the palace and invited many people. Among the guests, two men stood out. One was extremely good-looking, while the other was filled with admirable qualities. The king was impressed by the man with inner virtues, but the princess was more attracted to the handsome one. She didn't want to marry an ordinary-looking man. After all, she was a princess. She disagreed with her father's choice. A decision couldn't be made, so the royal advisor stepped in and said, "I know a wise sage who might help us solve this dilemma." Concerned about his only daughter, the king agreed. He and the princess set out to meet the sage, who lived far away from the city. The king, old and anxious, longed to find a truly worthy son-in-law. When they reached the sage's humble dwelling, the sage welcomed them with a calm smile. The king explained their problem, that his daughter preferred a good-looking man over one with inner virtues. The sage listened patiently and then said, "Your Majesty, tomorrow bring a gold pot filled with water, but both of you must come here on foot. No carriage, no horses, just walk." The next day, the king and his daughter set out as instructed, carrying a gold pot filled with water. It was a hot summer day, and after walking for some time, they became extremely thirsty. When they tried to drink the water from the gold pot, it was warm and tasteless. Rather than refreshing them, it made them feel even hotter and more exhausted. They continued their journey and finally reached the sage, tired and drenched in sweat. The sage welcomed them and pointed to a simple black clay pot beside him. "Please sit down and drink some water from this pot," he said. As soon as they drank from the clay pot, they felt instantly refreshed. The water was cold, tasty, and comforting, like a blessing from heaven. The sage then turned to the princess and said, "My child, you carried a gold pot, but it couldn't quench your thirst because it lacked the ability to keep water cool. This clay pot may not be beautiful, but it served you well. In the same way, outer beauty is temporary. Today it's admired, tomorrow it fades. But inner qualities like the cooling nature of this clay pot will always serve you in life." The princess sat quietly, reflecting on the sage's words. The shining gold pot had failed to quench her thirst, while the humble clay jug had brought comfort and relief. In that moment, she understood her father's wisdom. True worth lies not in outer beauty, but in lasting inner qualities. With a smile, she turned to her father and agreed to marry the virtuous man. Moral of the story: in life, we often chase after things that glitter: beauty, status, appearances. But when challenges come, it's the unseen qualities like integrity, patience, and kindness that truly support us. Just like a golden pot couldn't quench thirst on a hot day, outer beauty alone cannot sustain a relationship or a meaningful life. Choose people and paths not for how they look, but for how they make you feel, grow, and endure. Because in the end, it's not the shine, but the substance that carries you through. If you believe inner qualities matter more than looks, comment "True beauty lies within" and share this story to your loved ones. Stay blessed.